परम पूज्य 13वें सोना रिम्पोचे पूरे हिमालय क्षेत्र के इकलौते ऐसे बौद्ध धर्मगुरु जिन्हें मिला है संयुक्त राष्ट्र संघ के वर्ल्ड पीस समिट में शामिल होने का सम्मान, जिन्होंने हिमालय क्षेत्र की बौद्ध परंपरा को संभालने और आगे बढ़ाने का बीड़ा उठाया है और इसलिए इन्होंने थोड़े समय में ही बनाए कई मोनेस्ट्रीज, शैक्षणिक केंद्र, स्तूप और आर्ट कल्चर सेंटर्स। अरुणाचल प्रदेश की बॉमडिला मोनेस्ट्री से जुड़े परम पूज्य 13वें सोना रिम्पोचे वैसे तो सक्रिय राजनीति से भी जुड़े रहे हैं, लेकिन इन दिनों उनका एक ही मिशन है, भगवान बुद्ध के दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म का प्रसार। और इसी मकसद से कुछ दिनों पहले परम पूज्य 13वें सोना रिम्पोचे का आगमन हुआ बौद्ध धर्म की वज्रयान शाखा को मानने वाले बौद्ध धर्मावलंबियों के शहर देहरादून में। कार्यक्रम नोबल विजडम यानी शराब संगपो के पिछले एपिसोड में आपने देखा कि कैसे देहरादून आने पर बौद्ध धर्मावलंबियों ने दिखाई उनके प्रति अपार श्रद्धा और सम्मान की भावना, और फिर परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे ने भी सर्व कल्याण के लिए लिया प्रार्थना कार्यक्रम में हिस्सा और दिया सबको सद्ज्ञान। लेकिन आज हम आपको दिखाते हैं कि कैसे देहरादून की मिंडरोलिंग मोनेस्ट्री में परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे का हुआ जोरदार सम्मान और उनके अच्छे जीवन के लिए हुई प्रार्थना। ये तस्वीर है बौद्ध धर्म की वज्रयान शाखा की नींगमा धारा में यकीन रखने वाले बौद्ध अनुयायियों की सबसे बड़ी मोनेस्ट्री देहरादून के मिंडरोलिंग मोनेस्ट्री के अंदर की तस्वीर। यहाँ परम पूज्य 13वें सोना रिम्पोचे अपने सिंहासन पर विद्यमान हैं और तमाम बौद्ध धर्मावलंबी उनके साथ प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं। मंत्रोच्चार के जरिए आराध्य को खुश करने की कोशिश हो रही है ताकि उनसे आशीर्वाद मिले और गुरु की आयु लंबी हो। पूजा अर्चना के साथ परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे के प्रति सम्मान व्यक्त करने के लिए उन्हें स्थानीय बौद्ध धर्मावलंबियों और बौद्ध गुरुओं की तरफ से मंडाला भी भेंट किए गए। जब प्रार्थना और पूजा कार्यक्रम खत्म हुआ तो शुरू हुआ दूसरा सिलसिला। देहरादून के तमाम बौद्ध धर्मावलंबी एक एक कर परम पूज्य 13वें सोना रिम्पोचे को अपना भेंट अर्पित कर रहे हैं और बदले में गुरु से अच्छे और कुशल जीवन का आशीर्वाद पा रहे हैं। परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे ने यहाँ पधारे तमाम लोगों को, चाहे छोटे हों या बड़े, बुजुर्ग हों या कमजोर, सबको दिल से आशीर्वाद दिया, उनके लिए दुआएं की। परम पूज्य 13वें सोना रिम्पोचे की देहरादून यात्रा के दौरान और क्या हुआ खास, देखिए अगले एपिसोड में। कैसे दूर हो आपके जीवन की मुश्किलें, कैसे सवरे आपका करियर, कैसे सफल हो आपका हर काम, क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे, जानिए सटीक होने वाली बौद्ध भविष्यवाणियां।
Tashtale and Namaste. 4th August 2010, Wednesday, 24th day of the 6th lunar month. This day has an elemental combination of fire and water. which is an inauspicious combination, and it brings death. Therefore, negative activities or non-virtuous acts such as taking life, concocting poisons, making curses will be more forceful. This is also specifically not a favorable day for the people who are born in the year of snake and horse. And even if anyone needs to go through Tarsik or the therapy of bloodletting and moxibustion, you must sort the right time to do it. 5th August 2010, Thursday, 25th day of the 6th lunar month. This is also a day of Guru Rinpoche and the Dakinis. This day has an elemental combination of fire and wind, which is an auspicious combination, and it brings strength and auspiciousness. Therefore, this day is specifically a favorable day for the people who are born in the year of tiger and rabbit. You can specifically carry out all kinds of activities such as religious ceremony, praying to the deities, practicing Dharma, and putting up prayer flags. However, you must avoid going through Tarsik therapy, that is bloodletting and moxibustion, because there is Sadak Biti running till the 4:30 p.m. on this day. This is also an inauspicious day for you to engage in parties with your friends and relatives, or initiating a party for a new relationship. 6th August 2010, Friday, 26th day of the 6th lunar month. This day has an elemental combination of earth and earth, which means it's an auspicious combination, and this day generally leads to accomplishment and enables one to achieve all your wishes. However, this day has an extraordinary combination of elements, that is Chijor, which overpowers any other combinations. Therefore, this day should be considered an inauspicious day. Moreover, you must avoid going into construction works, whether it's laying a foundation or doing renovation works. And also, this day has a Sadak named Kikang running. Therefore, you should also avoid marriages, shows, celebrations, funerals, warfare, borrowing and refunding debts. So in all, this is an inauspicious day. See you tomorrow at the same time.
क्या है भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन, बौद्ध धर्म का गूढ़ ज्ञान, कैसे मिले दुख से मुक्ति, कैसे पाएं बुद्धत्व, क्या है धम्मम, क्या है संगम। ये कार्यक्रम आपको रोज दे रहा है ऐसे तमाम सवालों के जवाब। आज बौद्ध धर्म के प्रकांड विद्वान परम पावन 17वें कर्मापा से जानिए भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म का सही ज्ञान।
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon. I would like to welcome all of you here. Today we will discuss the topic of cutting through confusion and allowing wisdom to arise from within. To approach this topic, we will first discuss what confusion, or confused appearances, actually is. Accordingly, we will also look into the issue of how to identify wisdom. Actually, our translator today is named Yeshe, the Tibetan word for wisdom. So perhaps, since he is here for all of you to see, we won't need to spend much time trying to identify wisdom at all. There are undoubtedly many ways of identifying what confusion, or delusion, or mistakenness is. This is due to the many different coarse and subtle levels of confusion there are that one could explain. If we approach our exploration of what confusion is by first recognizing that there are many different levels of confusion in terms of coarseness and subtlety, we will be able to enter into this exploration on a solid footing. Coarse forms of confusion or mistakenness are easy to understand and identify. For example, if we have an impaired eye, we might perceive strands of hair in the sky that are actually not present. This is just one example of how our mind may come to have a mistaken perception based on some superficial impairment in the senses. It is generally very easy for everyone to identify such perceptions as confusion, and by confusion here we mean a perception that does not accord with objective reality or the way things are. The reason these coarse forms of mistakenness are easy to identify as such is because the objects that this confusion perceives can be compared to the objects that are perceived in common by everyone. In the case of an optical illusion, such as seeing two moons by pressing on our eyelid when we look at the moon, there is a different, more common experience of the actual object that we can refer to. For example, we could ask one of our friends what they see when they look at the moon. When we investigate the objects of our perceptions in this way, it becomes easy to see that the perception of, for example, two moons is not an accurate perception of what is really there. We can gain a very clear certainty that our perception had been mistaken. Some forms of confusion, however, are not as easy to identify or recognize. This is because sometimes it is more difficult for our thoughts to examine in detail the nature of the object that we think we are seeing. Because of this, it is difficult to cut through the continuity of these more subtle types of confusion. I have some friends who were having a conversation once about whether the earth was round. They were saying that everyone these days accepts that the earth is round because the earth has been photographed and can be seen clearly to be round in these images. However, these friends of mine still were not convinced completely. According to them, it is only natural to perceive objects as being round from a far distance. They say that, for example, even if a stone was square, if the stone was viewed from a long distance, it would nevertheless be perceived as round. So they say that in the same way, when the earth is viewed from a long distance, it is perceived as round. But this, they say, cannot prove that the earth is round. My friends were very insistent about this point because they very much wanted to accept literally the traditional Buddhist teachings on cosmology in the Abhidharma, in which there can be found descriptions of the world as flat and consisting of 4 continents. They did not want to let those descriptions go. That is just this individual's opinion, and it is fine for him to have that opinion. Most of us have formed our own views on the shape of the world. However, in this day and age, it seems that there is a new cause of confusion that we have to deal with. This is because there have been great material and technological advancements in the world which we make use of. Since we relate with these developments so continuously, I think that there are different forms of confusion that they introduce, and of which we need to become aware. In traditional Buddhist teachings, it is said that it takes 3 incalculable eons in order to exhaust all confusion and attain complete awakening. It is said that we must apply effort and gather merit and wisdom throughout this duration of time. However, in the 21st century, we have created many more powerful sources of confusion. Therefore, perhaps the people of the 21st century will need more time than that. Furthermore, there are teachings in the Vajrayana tradition which say that it is possible, by practicing the Vajrayana, to attain Buddhahood in 1 lifetime and 1 body. But due to conditions in the 21st century, perhaps we will need to say bye-bye to the principle of enlightenment in 1 lifetime. There is a danger that instead of achieving Buddhahood in 1 lifetime, we may instead opt to do more research into the latest technology products.